Happy Friday. I hope you're getting ready for a fun and relaxing weekend ahead. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to talk as fast as the guy from the crash course video, as if I could pull that off. All right, I'm going to try to capture an element of his speed while I run through what I got out of each of your writings about the videos on research. And from there, I want you to give me a quick response back, one sentence, what you heard in this, what clicked for you, and from there, I'll give you your grade. All right, Isabella, Emily, and Cynthia, really what stood out to them in this is that quote about science being the best tool for understanding people's behavior that allows us to gather and compile information in a way that is organized, and it gives us a common language to discuss human behavior. When it came to spying on people, that whole concept, Jackson and Alex both had thoughts. Jackson said, well, this is literally every psychology study is all about spying. And Alex wondered how simple observations can be proved, because isn't it a bit subjective? Ashley talked about naturalistic observation, certainly shedding light in a way that takes away the controls of a lab setting. Izzy brought up that it allows us to look deeper into the human experience. Julia brought up how naturalistic observation once again taps into that subjectivity. And Sophie DT said that she was a huge fan of it because it removes the idea of manipulation by the researcher. Double blind was talked about by Talia. The idea, she talked about research that was published on cell phone use in teens, and she was a little concerned that perhaps the researchers felt compelled to speak about what they found in a negative way, and that it impacted not only the research but how they presented the results. Ben talked about his love for coffee and how if he was doing research on coffee, he might be persuaded to follow whatever supported it. And Billy was interested in the aspect of research, just being able to observe the difference between somebody who is in a placebo group, the control group, and somebody who's actually been given 500 milligrams of coffee. As far as hindsight bias, Sophie DT talked about that her class actually did an experiment in biology where they flipped coins, and in flipping the coins, her conclusion was that intuition is unreliable because it's just a feeling with no data to back it up. That scientific method is certainly a more reliable way of experimenting, even in the field of psychology when we're dealing with humans. Laura made a passionate plea for removing bias from testing and how essential that is. And Annika found it interesting that he talked about correlation not being the same as causation, and a concept that she had encountered before, and I imagine that many of you have too. Okay, I'm a little exhausted from that. I know I was not as fast as the crash course guy, and it caused me to stumble over my words speaking this fast. However, go back, make a comment to me. This is a way that we keep ourselves talking and thinking about this, and I do wish you a happy weekend. Goodbye.